Hey, it's you and me again. Uh, just playing some Trapang Squared, I guess. Uh, yeah. What do I want to talk about? I mean, there's not much that uh, I have an uncle. Let's call him Tom. Alright. Tom's an interesting fellow. He actually once introduced me to the whole uh, idea of of bringing back solace within the stars. He gave me a mission. Oh, he tasked me with like a goal or something to uh, I don't know, to free him or some shit. I was like 10 years old, and he was like spinning this stuff to me. And Tom wasn't really allowed to really talk to people. Uh, I guess my parents didn't watch one day, and I got to talk to Tom, and Tom was quite the interesting character, you know. I turned off Crosshair because I feel like it's just more aesthetically pleasing to have crosshairs off versus on. Oh, but yeah, and what the fuck? Uh, but yeah, are there monsters in this? But yeah, I talked about Tom. Because Tom's kind of like a wise guy, you know, kind of an interesting fellow. You know, he's kind of guided me through interesting moments of my life. You know, I don't know. But everyone has a Tom, you know. Everyone has a little Tom in their life, someone they looked up to, someone that was a role model, even though they shouldn't have been, even though they probably would never be around anyone. We all had a Tom. And, yeah, I don't know. Uh, the thing is like, who replaces Tom in the end, right? My Uncle Tom's done a lot of things in his life. Doesn't really make him a good person. But I still listen to Tom, you know, from Tom to Tom. Get it like time to time. Yeah, I actually made all that up so I can say that joke. And yeah, yeah. Anyways, what I was gonna talk about is Overwatch. Overwatch has a new collab. Oh my god, I'm missing everything. Overwatch has a new collab um, with Nier Automata, and I think that that's uh, pretty cool. Mercy got a new skin, which is dope. I'm probably gonna try to use that in the next trash talk or two. But I'm super excited to try it, or because it looks so clean. You know, it looks amazing. You know, so I'm just really excited to try it. And yeah, and like all the other all the other skins also look good, right? They all look good, but you know, if it's Mercy, obviously it's an instant win. You know, but yeah, I don't really have an interest in getting the other ones. Um, but yeah. Oh, and then May got a mythic, which is crazy. May got a mythic, which looks so clean, so cute. It's amazing. It looks so good. Such a cool mythic, and I have like battle pass things, you know. So I'm definitely gonna work towards definitely gonna work towards the battle pass more because I could get 50 out of my battle pass, and 50 is like all I need, you know. So I'm just gonna. I think I gotta grind out. I have 30 days to grind out the fucking battle pass. It's insane, right? Insane. But yeah, I'll grind that out and oh shit, how did I miss them in slow motion? But yeah, I'm super excited about that. You know, I love games that give me a reason to play them. you know, I don't know, man. What the fuck? I'm not seeing things, right? Is that fucking? It keeps doing that. His shadow's there, right? I'm not crazy, right? But yeah, there's not really. Says the over. I mean, technically, I should be playing Overwatch because the collab's on there, but what is it? Sure, I guess. There's one dude left. But yeah, I've oh yeah, Code Vein. Holy fuck! Code Vein has been going good, I guess. Oh yeah, no, it hasn't. Actually, I don't know when I'll play that game again. Okay, I'll play it again, but it's so annoying, man. It's so annoying. Is this just for ammo? It's been a minute since I played this game, so. But yeah, I should probably turn back on the fucking crosshair. But yeah. I don't know, man. Like the game right now, um, it's not that it's at a stalemate. It's just I don't know. I'm gonna take a break. I've been grinding it out a lot. I'm just taking a little break from it, so I don't tire myself, get tired of the game. Oh shit. Uh, to like, so yeah, I'm just because I'm in like a stupid ass part. If you know, you know. You know, I gotta deal with a little shit. You know, it doesn't really make the game that enjoyable when you have a shitty campaign. No, the game's good. I just gotta, get through the crappy part to get back to the good part. Then I'll be back to the shitty part. Then I'll be back to the good part. It's not this fucking ass game. That's what it does. That's what it does. And the only thing I think that draws me back to it is the fucking, uh, the customization. Cause holy shit, man, is it so clean. I was watching Shrinking. It's this TV show on like Apple TV, and it's this show, right? It's a show about therapy, about people. Like it's bunch of therapists. And it's one therapist in particular who lost his wife, and he has a daughter. And he's a therapist, and it's about these other two therapists as well. They all have lives that like revolve around each other. They impact their, and it gives like therapy advice, right? Anyways, that's not the point. The point is, one of the therapists, her name's Gabby. Gabby takes in a patient, right? She takes in a patient. She does a strategy. She does a strategy that the main character does, which is called jimmying it up, right? And jimmying in the show is defined as like when the therapist kind of goes the extra mile, right? And instead of just keeping it in the room, I guess as it should be by standard protocol, they instead uh, go to like to their house or something and like they breach protocol and they just like do something crazy, right? Like they hang out, and that's what gymming is. It's going that extra step, you know. And yeah, and one of the clients, so she does that. It's her first time doing this strategy, and she does it with this person who's really struggling to open up and thinks that there's nothing wrong with them, but like their friends see something in her. Like there's a dark cloud around her, right? Thinking, she's not fine, right? She doesn't really vent that much. She thinks everything's fine with her, like nothing's wrong with her. She says, she's like, what? Why am I don't even know why I'm then it's hard for her to open up, but she does, she comes around. The therapist actually plays like trivia with her, right? Outside of the session. She goes out with her and she plays trivia with her, does an activity with her. One of the things, her main problem that she eventually gets to saying is that she feels that the world always wants her to be lonely. She mentions that her friends kind of like push her around, not push her around, they kind of they live their lives, and it's like she just feels like, I think she said she thinks God is just like, or the world is just, I think she says the world is just trying to make her, be alone. And that's, like whatever she does, like the world will always just force her to be alone. And she takes antidepressants, the doc diagnoses that, so after she finally admits, like, that's her thing, right? She just feels like the world is against her and is always just trying to make her feel alone, right? Because like her friends are all doing crap, they're all pushing, or not pushing, they're all like doing crap, living their life, traveling, and shit happens in life, She feels like every connection at that point is just her, you know. Yeah, I got you, buddy. Just her like, like she can't have it. She can't have it, and she's gonna be alone. And she actually, one of the times I knew, Gabby continues to help this girl out by doing the strategy, by trying to go the extra mile for her. Unfortunately, one time, she's having, and like she advocates for her, like, put yourself out there, gives her the advice. Like you should put yourself out there, go out more, and socialize. And so she doesn't really do it, right? She doesn't really think. Um, I don't think she doesn't do it. We don't really see her do it. I just think she's like used to being alone, and it's like she's just eventually the world will separate her again. Whatever. We just don't see her do it, right? And then she eventually, she calls the therapist, Gabby, again. She's in her room. She's scrolling on her phone, and she's drinking wine. The patient, and she's drinking the wine, and then eventually, um, she's just scrolling on her phone. She sees all these people with happy lives, not happy lives, but with connections, with relationships, with people having fun, enjoying it with others. That's the main thing, right? She goes on social media, she sees all this. Uh, and then, and then the crazy thing happens, where she feels kind of down in herself from saying all this. And like the one thing, the one time she calls her therapist, because therapist has mentioned that you can call at any time, let me know, we'll hang out. The one time she calls and she's busy, which is a valid reason, because she's literally at the hospital. The therapist is at a hospital, like, to see her friend, to make sure that he's okay. She's at the hospital, to see if he's doing better. That's a valid reason. But to her, the patient, she's at a low point at this point, and she called her when she was at a low point. And she she she's busy, right? So then once they hang up, she says, "Are you sure that's okay with you if I hang up?" And she's just like, "Yeah, yeah, it's fine." Or like, "Do we have to push up the session?" She's like, "No, no, it's fine. It's okay." And then it's a big ass guy. And then she hangs up, and then we see the character start to cry, and I recognize she's she's basically trying to she's basically I don't know why I call them episodes, but ooh, 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 you gotta shoot his back. You gotta shoot his back. But yeah, she has this episode. You can kind of see her crying it down a bit, breaking down a bit, you know, and so she's breaking down, and then it cuts off to her, right? We don't see her till the end of the next episode after that. So you're kind of just left on trying to guess what happened to her. Right? Spoiler alert: after the therapist calls her and cancels the session for next week, uh, she ends up killing herself. The show says, we lost her, but damn, come on, let's not play coy. She ends up killing herself. Uh, okay, fuck me. Yeah, sure. I haven't gotten the other ending for this game yet, actually, so it's probably something I could do. But yeah, what was interesting to me wasn't that whole interaction. It was how I just knew that she was gonna fucking do that. Like I called it. Like, oh shit. I know that's not anything crazy, right? To predict an outcome in a show like that, especially that show. But the thing is, like, I saw the signs pretty quickly, right? And I think you're supposed to. I think anyone with like some sense of how psychology works, you can be like, or maybe you can, maybe you don't, maybe you don't need any, but you can tell, like, she was gonna, kill herself, like a mile away since you introduced her. I was like, she's gonna fucking kill herself. And if you watch the show as well, there's other things I didn't mention, but it also kind of alluded to that. But yeah, obviously, she's gonna kill herself. The problem is that my people in my life, particular people in my life, not everyone, obviously, particular people, they've said that they see her as me, and it wasn't until the fact that we saw that, uh, how she ended up, uh, we found out the news that she killed herself. They didn't really like that anymore. But where the fuck is skin? Okay, guys, I was trying to choose a skin. What the fuck? But yeah, it was this. I have to like. Okay, come on, speed up. It's just interesting because like they saw me in that character from the beginning. When she was first introduced, right? And they saw me in that character, and when she kills herself, you know, and I saw the scenes of her, I was like, she's gonna do it, right? And I was told like, how do you know? How do you know? And I was like, I just know she is. Like I don't know. Maybe it's like media literacy. I don't know. You just know she's gonna, because she like obviously the signs weren't heavily there, right? Maybe there wasn't any signs. Crazy, but holy fuck. But there's never really signs. There's signs, yeah, but you never really know when someone's gonna kill themselves. Uh, I'll kill you. But yeah, it was just really interesting because I guess it gave them insight into how I think and how I felt. Because they're like, well, how would you know that, right? And I was like, I felt like what she felt, right? I know there's like a weird thing to like connect to a character in a way. Ugh. And there's tons of characters that I'm sure the average human being can like connect to. But that like was one of my many characters. Like her name was like what was it, Maya? I think it was Maya. Yeah, Maya was the character that killed himself, and I did see myself in her, right? And I just knew, right? I feel like I'm giving myself way more props or insight into this than I really should, but it's just I think it's more just about how they reacted to the fact that I knew that that kind of baffled me. Um, I don't know, just on my mind, I guess, how concerned they were after that I just knew. Um, who would have thought? You know, pretty fucking crazy. But anyway, oh for fuck's sake. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out of my head. It's kind of interesting. Um, if you want to watch the show, it's called Shrinking. It's a pretty good show. Probably the only good show that I've seen on Apple TV. There's probably other good ones, but that's the only one that I know that's good. By the way, I'm dying on fucking normal. Which is insane. Like, what the fuck, dude? I need to turn back on the fucking crosshair. Alright. But yeah. Uh, call me the suicide detector. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty sure no one could have saw that coming. Yeah, I think even deep down, they saw it coming. But I mean, it's on them. Like they saw me in that character, and that's on them. But still, what are the odds? Because I still have suicide ideation. I feel like that's just something that doesn't really go away with depression. Um, like I'm kind of stuck with that ideation. You know, I don't think it'll ever leave me. And that's just not like a misery, enjoying misery time. I think that's genuinely like that's kind of the point. Like out of all like self-hatred things, like I genuinely believe, like I will be the death of me. I think that's one thing I can guarantee in my life is that I will be the reason why I die. Like I will 100% kill myself. I think that's a guarantee. It's a matter of when, I guess. It could be today, could be tomorrow, and it could be in a week, in a month, in a year. Point is, I will end my life. If life doesn't happen, you know, if I somehow make it through all these years and nothing ends up happening to me, I'll probably just end up doing it to myself. So, and at first I thought that's a pretty liberating thought, because then it's like, well, any day could be my last, but I don't know. I still act shy and shit, so I don't know. Maybe I don't have the full mindset as I think I do. But I hope after spring, after break, oh shit, after break, I kind of break that barrier and build some connections. And it might suck that I'm building connections or trying to, especially at a time like this. But people get hurt. I'm gonna hurt. people get hurt, and I won't be the one to, sorry for being selfish, but I won't be the one that has to deal with it, right? I'll be gone, and I know the people I'll make connections with, people I have made connections with, I know that they're strong enough to move on without me. I know they are. I know for a fact they are, so I'm not really too worried about leaving the earth and having to worry about how they're gonna feel. And also, pretty confident that can we get something out the way? It's kind of stupid when they're like, "Oh yeah, like, you gotta lock it." Like, dude, I feel like, good mindset or not, I don't think you need to be in a good headspace, like, not to know. Like, there's tons of ways you can die, tons of ways you can do it to yourself, right? I don't think that's like, I think that's, you can think that regardless. I don't know. Like, yeah, I can get a knife right now and cut myself. Yeah, I could get a gun right now and do it. But like, like, I can drink bleach. I can drink chemicals. Like, there's a lot of things I could do, right? And that's just because I have a brain, Even babies trying to figure out what kills them. Like, anyone knows. So it's like, I don't get why you would need to be sent somewhere just because you know that, you know? Like, I guess maybe because you want to do it to yourself, but, kinda happens already, like, you kinda already know. I don't know. Because I'm about to do it? Is that why? Is that the urgency that I'm close to doing it? I guess so. Maybe it's the urgency. Maybe because I'm so laid back about it. Damn, you're still got it. But yeah. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Um, I guess one last thing. She mentioned, like, I guess the being alone thing. Is that it's kind of true. Okay. I understand the character. I understand why she did that. And, I don't blame her. So, I don't really blame her. But, yeah. It's 27. I will. I'll talk to you later. And,